good to be home.
Check this out. While we were gone, look what happened. Look at this. Look at all this grass. Look how green it is. There's still some... And this freaking mole came and wreaked havoc on my lawn. But it's so much better. Today's Mr. Rogers calendar says it's really easy to fall into the trap of believing that what we do is more important than what we are. Of course, that's the opposite of what's true. What we are ultimately determines what we do. Monday is Racquetball day.
How long ago were you out there?
That was 20 years ago.
Mid-90s?
96, 97, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's probably your age. You're about 36?
He was 2 years older than me, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because we were playing in 18 and under. Today's a crazy day at Racquetball. There's these pros that just showed up from San Diego, Mexico, Panama, and Colombia that are like Spanish-speaking, some of the best on the continent. And we're playing against them in doubles. That was actually so much fun. That guy owns one of the top racquetball companies in the world. This is a racket I've been playing with for 8 years. He said he was the one that designed this racket. And he's playing with, those are like two of the top players in Mexico, Colombia, and Ecuador. And we actually beat them at one game each in doubles. That felt pretty good.
Okay, there we go. Dove did my makeup and my hair, and she did a really good job.
We are heading out to dinner right now to celebrate Cammie's dad's 70th birthday. That's why we're dressed up kind of fancy. We just got home from dinner and look what we walked into. Oh, you dropped it on my floor.
Oh,
let me see the side. Do you like it?
Yeah. Turn around, Dove.
I think it looks good.
The back is really choppy.
looks good.
She cut her own hair.
I want to cut my own hair too.
Yeah, you gonna cut your own hair too? 5 days ago, when we were at the lake, we recorded this vlog episode here. It was called Makeup Sex Again. I called it Makeup Sex Again because I think we had a vlog already called Makeup Sex. It got a lot of comments, and we haven't had a chance to respond to any of them because we didn't have internet access there, and the comments were like crazy. So we're gonna take a minute now to just respond to some of them. Lady Long Island says, I feel like Cammie is bullied in a sense. He kind of seems controlling from what I'm seeing. I see him say things to her that would totally piss me off if my husband said them to me. Anyone else notice that? I should have a question mark at the end of it.
Ben and I have really different personalities. He has a personality that is more controlling. I wouldn't call it bullying, although there maybe has been times where he's struggled with that with me. For me, my personality is more passive, but I just say it takes two. If someone's bullying the other person, someone's letting them do that, and that would be me. I actually think I'm just as controlling as Ben, but he's more overtly controlling. And I have other control issues in other ways, so I don't see him as worse than me.
Lulu, longtime commenter, says, you both have unrealistic expectations, I added the emphasis, for your sex life. I know you said some people say postpartum, and you brushed that aside.
Nice.
Everybody's like, oh, Cammy, you're postpartum, you don't need to whatever. Seriously, men are more horny than women in general. And then she talks about how we schedule it, and she says, why make sex a regular chore? It's a really interesting comment. It's really long. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can read it yourself. The reason why I said that postpartum, we don't want to focus on that, is because it's a factor. In fact, all of our horniness or libido or sexual urges are a factor, but I don't think it's the main factor of how we decide when to have sex or not.
If I only ever had sex when I wanted to with Ben, I would hardly have it. And so I have to come up with a better reason why I'm not just having it because I want to have it in a physical sense, but there's an emotional and a spiritual dynamic that I think is really important, and that is why we pencil it in.
Well, Cammy doesn't always look forward to it as much as I do. Quite often after we're done, she's thankful. And it's the same way with running. We don't look forward to running, neither of us do, but we schedule it because it's valuable to our life. And we've noticed that scheduling sex at the frequency we do for our relationship that we both agreed to is valuable. So the whole scheduling thing, it's actually just about agreeing one time instead of having to come to agreements all the time. Jeremy says, wow, fantastic discussion at the end. Thanks for being vulnerable and brave and honest with it. Besides being a really encouraging comment, and I appreciate your feedback, Jeremy, you're the only guy that commented on this entire freaking thread. So I'm putting your comment in this video. Keep it up. Other guys, I know you're watching this. Jeez, so lazy. Heather writes the longest comments on the entire internet. But they're really funny, and I actually think they're really insightful. And I'm going to write a longer response, but there's two lines that pop out. One says, turns out it really is what he needs to feel loved and desired, and I don't get to decide. It's not legitimate. She's talking about sex with her husband. One of the reasons why I'm so passionate about releasing this type of content and even responding in this way is because I know there's a lot of women commenting on here, and a lot of them are being compassionate, but there's a lot that I actually really worry, not for them, but actually for their husbands, because I feel like they're discounting my feelings. They're just like, oh, you're just a guy, or you're just greedy or horny, or a bully. I just have this sneaking suspicion that some of your husbands feel this way. They have feelings. They're not just a bully. They're not just controlling. You can't just write people off like that. It's like me calling Cammy, oh, she's just being a bitch. Like, that's not a fair or nice or helpful thing to say. Like, there's reasons that drive us, and I've learned more about what drives me. And it's not what I thought it was. I always just thought I was horny. That's why I looked at porn or wanted sex all the time. But a lot of guys, they don't feel comfortable even admitting to themselves that they have these types of feelings. And they're never going to tell you, if you're their wife, if you write people off this quickly. Okay, this is the last one. While recording this, we just got a new comment from Esther, and it says, I don't think any scheduled sex would be enjoyable. Just saying. Spontaneity is what most couples I know is a key. Hi. What? We've said this a million times. We're going to say it a million more. This is not a how-to vlog. We aren't telling you guys this is how you should sort out your sex problems or copy us in any way. We do hope to give you guys some ideas But spontaneity is not dependable for something as important as sex. I mean, tell me something valuable in a relationship that happens consistently from only spontaneity. Nothing. Everything valuable in our life, from our physical health to our spiritual health to other areas that we connect with all the other love languages or whatever language you want to use, it happens because we plan it, we organize it, we commit to it, and we invest into it. And it's not just based on our feelings or our hormones. And by the way, spontaneous sex can be great too, as can spontaneous. We can go on a spontaneous run if we want.
But we can't depend on that.
No. But I'll give you guys this. I am totally fine with saying spontaneous sex is great as long as both parties of the couple fully agree. But I have a sneaking suspicion, and guys generally want sex more than girls, so let's just go with that for a second, that a lot of guys have just given up because they've settled and they're so beat down that they know they can't get any more sex, so they kind of just settle for their stuff. We've talked to a lot of couples that are just getting by, and the guy isn't being honest with the woman. So ladies, you think your man's happy, he's not. And it goes the other way too. Men, you think your lady's happy, but she's not. You guys have just settled. And our heart for you guys is not that you have sex 3 times a week or that you schedule it or that you listen to us, but that you guys would not settle in your relationships.
And that you could just listen to one another and have like an honest conversation about it. Which I actually think is really hard. There's a reason why it doesn't happen very often. I mean, it's hard for us.
So thanks, guys, for engaging with this difficult topic. He's so cute now. See you guys tomorrow. We're supposed to be vlogging right now, but we got sucked into this.
And they should have done something with respect to Yemen and all these other places.
It's kind of entertaining.